What if I told you that workplace safety isn't just about rules and regulations? What if it's actually one of the smartest financial decisions you can make for your business? Today, we're going to break down a powerful 1-2 punch strategy that not only protects your team, but can seriously boost your bottom line. So let's just dive right in. When an injury happens at work, what do you think of as the cost? Most people think of the obvious things, right? But just like an iceberg, what you see on the surface, well, that's just the beginning. The real story is what's lurking underneath. Up top, you've got your direct costs, the stuff you can easily see. Medical bills, workers' comp premiums going up, you know the drill. But the financial hit that really hurts is hidden below the waterline. We're talking about lost productivity, and not just from one person, but their whole team. Think about morale taking a nosedive, the high cost of hiring and training someone new, and even the damage to your company's reputation. Those are the indirect costs, and trust me, they almost always cost you way more.
Okay, so how do we avoid all that financial pain? Well, the first pillar of any smart safety strategy is all about being proactive. It's about stopping injuries before they even have a chance to happen. And the foundation for all of that? It's a formal, written safety plan.
So what exactly is a written safety plan? Let's be clear, it's way more than just some dusty binders sitting on a shelf to check a box. Think of it as the actual blueprint for safety for your entire company. It's a living document with policies and procedures that everyone, and I mean everyone, follows to spot and get rid of hazards. It's really about making a cultural shift from just reacting to problems to actively preventing them. And the business case for doing this? Oh, it's a no-brainer. Of course, a good safety plan cuts down on injuries, but it does so much more. It actually boosts productivity, because when people feel safe, they can really focus. It directly lowers your insurance costs, and maybe the biggest thing, it shows your team you genuinely care about them, and that builds incredible trust and loyalty. A really solid plan has 5 key parts that all have to work together. First, it has to start at the very top with a signed policy statement from management. Why? Because that sends a message that safety is a core value, not just an HR task. Then you build out the systems, regular checks for hazards, clear steps for investigating accidents, great training for everyone, and, of course, a plan for emergencies. Each piece makes the other stronger. All right, on to our second pillar. Look, prevention is absolutely key, but let's be realistic. No plan is 100% perfect. You've got to have a game plan for when an injury does happen. And that's where responsive recovery comes in, specifically with something called a return-to-work program. So what is a return-to-work program, or RTW for short? Simple. It's your official plan for getting injured employees back to work as soon as it's medically safe. And I want to be super clear about this. This is not about rushing people. It's about finding meaningful, productive tasks they can do within their medical restrictions. It keeps them connected, engaged, and feeling valued. And if you're wondering why this is so critical, just look at this number. After an employee is out for just 6 months, the chance they will ever come back to work drops to 50%. A coin flip. After a year, it's down to just 25%. If you don't have a plan, you're basically gambling with losing your skilled people for good. When it comes right down to it, a great return-to-work program isn't just about the company. It really is a true win-win for absolutely everyone involved. For you, the employer, the wins are huge. You keep a skilled employee, you keep productivity up, and you can seriously cut your workers' comp costs. And for your employee, they get back to their full paycheck faster, their skills stay sharp, and they stay connected with their coworkers, which, by the way, is proven to help people recover faster, both physically and mentally. Okay, so the why is pretty clear, right? It just makes sense. So now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about the how. How do you actually put one of these programs into practice? Building a really strong program, well, it takes some forethought. It's definitely not something you can just wing it on after someone gets hurt. It's all about preparation. So here's the secret. The most important work happens before an injury. You need to have your formal policy written down, pick someone to be your RTW coordinator, and get your supervisors trained up. But here's the part a lot of businesses miss, and it's a game changer. Create a bank of potential modified duty tasks ahead of time. That way, when an injury happens, you've already got a menu of options ready to go. Then, once an injury happens, your plan just clicks into gear. The first step? Communication. Talk to the employee right away and keep in touch. Offer them meaningful work that fits their doctor's orders, and always, always put that offer in writing. When they're back, check in, see how they're doing, and finally, treat every single incident as a chance to learn and make your workplace even safer. And hey, if you're still not totally convinced, let's just talk about the money for a second. For every single dollar you put into a good RTW program, what do you think you get back? Studies estimate you save somewhere between $8 and $10. I mean, wow, that is a phenomenal return on investment that goes right back to your bottom line.
So let's just zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. This was never about choosing between prevention or recovery. It's about seeing how they fit together as part of a smart business strategy. Your written safety plan and your return to work program, they're really just two sides of the very same coin. One is working hard to stop injuries from happening, and the other is there to manage them brilliantly when they do. Together, they create a complete system that protects your people and your profits.
And listen, you don't have to take my word for any of this. This is a direct quote from OSHA, the top authority on this stuff. They say a safety and health program is one of the single most effective ways to protect your most valuable asset, your people.
And that really just leaves us with one final and I think pretty important question to think about. When you look at your own company, can you honestly say your business is doing everything it possibly can to protect its most valuable asset?